Travel up and down Route 287 that takes them across the state border. And Wyoming, not in their traditional Wyoming uniforms tonight. They're wearing their state pride uniforms. One night a year they'll do it, and this is the night to do it. Wyoming leading the series history. Colorado State has had the upper hand in more recent days. Nico Medved in his fourth year as he matches up with Jeff Linder tonight, as the Cowboys and the Rams get set to go at it. Both teams with 16 wins, and the winner will still chase Boise State for the Mountain West Conference lead. One Wyoming, it says on the back of the state pride jerseys. They have one university here, and it's one state, and they are displaying their state pride tonight. So here we go. It's Ike and Roddy. Ike wins the tip. Maldonado's got it. Wyoming has the first possession of the ball game.
You got to see right away how Colorado State guards the post when it goes inside. Do they double or do they single?
Deshaun Thomas guarding Maldonado, spins around a man. It is stripped by Chandler Jacobs and a foul.
Now this is what Maldonado does. He's the best point post player in the country. No one can match up with him one-on-one on the post. You just saw right there. Doesn't matter if it's a small or a big. He's going to get to the rim, draw fouls, create all kinds of havoc down low.
1-0 Wyoming. Foul will be on Deshaun Thomas. Maldonado, some big-time numbers. 18.5 points a game. Shoots better than 50% from the field. And he gives the Cowboys a 2-0 lead early.
A great passer, plays a ton of minutes. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but you get him on the block and it's over.
Isaiah Stevens, a very talented point guard, can go right and left equally as well. Missed that one, and the rebound comes down to the Cowpokes. Jeremiah Oden with the board. Now Maldonado backing his man down. Kendall Moore guarding it. Kicks it back out. Wyoming looking to set it up. They'll work the half court quite a bit and run the shot clock down. But a reach in by Roddy and a steal. And Colorado State with the basketball.
And that's what Roddy does. He was pretty frustrated the last time out, but a great player like Roddy never has two tough games in a row.
And Oden with his second rebound on the miss by Chandler Jacobs.
Let's see if they can get a touch on the post with Ike here and get him started early.
Jeffries with the basketball. Cross court it goes to Maldonado. Bounce pass Ike. Maldonado. Timer under 10. Here's Drake Jeffries. Timer at 5. And Maldonado has the matchup with Roddy. Gets a quick screen and he just missed it. And the rebound off the front rim miss to Wyoming.
Well, you won't see a better defensive possession all year for Colorado State, but you got to finish it with a rebound.
On the sideline, a turnover. Oden had his foot touch the line and out of bounds. Ball to Colorado State. Referee Randy McCall, veteran referee, he'll hand the ball to Roddy, and back into play it goes. Randy McCall, Michael Greenstein, and Mike Reed, the crew tonight working the game. Thomas to Stevens. Here's the matchup in the post we'll be watching during the course of this game. Ike and Roddy. Roddy, one-hand feed out to Jacobs. Now Thomas dead on three and a miss.
Oh, that's such a critical part of this game. Thomas lit up Creighton from beyond the arc. He struggled in conference play. Wyoming lays off a little bit. Thomas has to step up and start getting his shooting form back from beyond the arc. He can really light it up.
Roddy going the other way. Colorado State dropped out of the top 25 this week in the new rankings released today. And that was after their home loss, a surprising home loss to UNLV in their last game. Look at the net rankings. These two teams can't get any closer, 35 and 36.
Yeah, Bryce Hamilton was the best player in the country that night. When a guy's that hot, it's tough to beat him.
Blocked by Thomas. That part of the ball and a whistle.
Great dribble penetration. All ball.
It'll be Wyoming basketball. 16 seconds on the timer. And they're just trying to calm down Chandler Jacobs of Colorado State right now. And David Roddy is The veteran official, Randy McCall, comes over to settle things down. Randy has seen his share of these border war games in the past. He is from Denver.
He knows all about it. The student section is going nuts, and there's going to be a little chippy play in this one for sure. And
Maldonado with a bucket.
Yeah, we talked about it. When he gets it on the post, Tim, it's lights out. He's the best in the country at that. You can throw one guy at him, you're not going to stop him. They're going to have to send two.
Stevens. Bounce pass to Roddy, trying to work his way around, and there's Ike with a block. Wyoming in transition now. They'll slow it up and call a play.
It's tough to stop Roddy in that position, but Ike is a different type of player. The timing, the strength, and the passion he plays with, it's so contagious.
Maldonado picked up the dribble and gets the ball back from Jeffries. They're isolating on the right side for Maldonado, who's backing down Jacobs. One-hand shot, in and out. Jacobs the rebound. 4-0 Wyoming in the early going as Roddy kicks it back outside to Thomas. Colorado State has won 8 of the last 11 meetings overall in this series. And they won the last 3 here in Wyoming. And Jacobs, that one goes in, and a whistle and a foul on Wyoming. Timeout on the floor. So far, it's Hunter Maldonado, the senior out of Colorado Springs, helping Wyoming out to an early lead. Well, we go back to Friday night. Colorado Springs, Clune Arena, Air Force tied game. Here's Maldonado going coast to coast, and Hunter Maldonado for the game winner.
Well, you don't see that very often, but here's a kid who pulls out a Tyus Edney, goes coast to coast, right? Brings back a lot of memories for UCLA fans, but he stuffs the stat sheet. He does everything to win, and he's stuck around during the lean years. He knows what it takes to build this program, and he's being rewarded with an All-American type season.
Tyus Edney certainly brings back memories. How about, let's go back a little further. We go in the Wayback Machine. Danny Ainge against Notre Dame. How about that?
You're right. You're right.
He did it for BYU. He went coast to coast for a game winner too. Jeff Linder, he went to Western State, played Division II basketball there, but he can really shoot. We saw that on display in shoot-around today, where he hit back-to-back half-court shots to show up his team.
Well, he said he's hit 4 out of his last 6, so if they need some shooting, maybe he can sub himself in, but he's so phenomenal at player development. Started off at the bottoms, worked his way through the junior colleges, small colleges. He said he's always been at schools that didn't have a recruiting reputation, so he's got to make his guys better, and you can tell from this team, these guys have gotten so much better at every position.
Noah Reynolds with the basketball now. He is in for Maldonado, who during the break went up the ramp to the Cowboys locker room. We'll give you an update on him when he comes back. That's a traveling violation on Wenzel. On the Colorado State bench, Nico Medved out of Minnesota. He was an assistant here under Tim Miles, and then ended up coming back as the head coach.
The architect. I mean, he rebuilds programs, makes everybody better. One of the best coaches in the country, no matter the league.
David Roddy drills the 3. And Colorado State with their first lead of the game.
Well, you don't want to leave Roddy with that much space. I mean, he can knock it down, and I said before, he was frustrated against UNLV. Great players always come out and play big the next time out.
Roddy, a 45% three-point shooter, now 24 out of 52 on the season. From the corner, that's good. Knocked down by Jeremiah Odin.
Well, just 2 of his last 11 from beyond the arc, so that's a great sign going forward. That's the luxury of having such good post guys. Find the open shooters.
Off on that one, and here comes Noah Reynolds. Lob for Ike, he's doubled.
Well, again, Roddy, 2 open on that. You got to get out.
Another 3 try, it's good. Back-to-back threes, Jeremiah Odin. (10-5) Cowboys. Stevens working it to Roddy in the post. Guarded by Graham Ike. Ike told me this morning he loves this matchup. He loves playing against Roddy. Maybe that's one reason why.
Yeah, great players love to play against other great players. And these guys are, it's going to be a war. I mean, they're both physical. It's a rivalry game. They're the marquee matchup.
That'll be a foul on Thomas, his second one.
Both teams off to great starts from beyond the arc. There's that 45% from downtown. Not many power guys can shoot that. And you get J.O. heating up from outside. That is big trouble for the Colorado State defense. He's got the crowd into it. He's a gym rat and the best dunker on Wyoming's team. So look out if he gets in the open court.
Well, Reynolds, a freshman from Peoria, Illinois. Maldonado has come back in. Reynolds is in the game for him. Expect to see Maldonado back in next opportunity to get him in.
Coach Linder said that Reynolds was fearless. He's not afraid of any moment. These are the type of games that he'll step up in, and he's got a bright future here.
John Tonje and Jalen Lake have come off the Colorado State bench, along with James Moores. Niko Medved's team will roll about 9 guys deep. Good hustle play, but it went out of bounds, and Colorado State will have possession. Reynolds nearly kept it in for the Cowboys.
Both of these teams can really score. Colorado wants to push the tempo, push the pace. Wyoming wants to walk it up, grind you down, get open looks, and both teams can light you up.
Moores gives it back to Lake. Here's Tonje on the cut. Tonje to the basket, scores 2. Tonje gets plenty of minutes off the bench, the junior out of Omaha. Tonje no slouch in terms of scoring. In November, he scored 31 in a game against Oral Roberts.
So many weapons on Colorado State's team.
There's a block. Jacobs got it done. Chandler Jacobs kicks it out. That'll be a player control offensive foul and a turnover for Colorado State.
Yeah, you just got to put the ball on the floor and attack the rim. Can't expect the fouls in this game. Again, it's interesting when you watch Wyoming. You rarely see a team score like they score and also walk the ball up the floor, but they have these 2 guys underneath. That's too easy.
Maldonado with the easy basket. Right off the bench. Passes go and collects 2 points.
Yeah, some confusion on the switches right there, but they typically don't attack early in the shot clock.
Moores whips it over to Stevens. Stevens not about to pull up. Errant pass goes out of bounds. It was deflected by Ike, so Colorado State will maintain control with 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Keep your eye on the pick here. There's the screen and confusion. You've got to switch onto the ball. Easiest basket of the season for Maldonado. He's just a master at that high ball screen, and Stevens as well. You're watching 2 elite point guards in this game, and Stevens hasn't shown us much right now, but there's plenty of time for him to get going.
Substitution as Xavier Dussel comes in, and that'll give Jeremiah Oden a break. Oden with the back-to-back threes and 6 points. Isaiah Rivera has checked in for Colorado State. Tonje dumps it underneath Moores. Moores out of Auckland, New Zealand. Tonje's shot no good at the buzzer. Rebound Jeffries, and here's Maldonado bringing it up the floor.
Yeah, that's the Ike factor. When you get the ball in the post, there's nothing you can do with it. You got to kick it back out for a tough shot.
Maldonado trying to back down Rivera. Forces his way to the basket. That's knocked out of bounds. Solid defense by Isaiah Rivera to force the turnover.
Well, they're choosing not to double him because there are so many shooters around him, and this is the first time they've been able to slow him down. Pretty good call. Let him play on the post.
Colorado State knows they've got to pick it up on the glass. Wyoming with an 11-4 advantage in rebounds, and there's Stevens with a three.
I tell people if he played for Tom Izzo in Michigan State, he'd be a first-team All-American. Everybody would know his name. Same colors. Niko Medved has him playing at an All-American level. He can screen, he can pass, he can shoot there. He has no weaknesses from the point guard position.
He is getting national recognition as he works with Rivera to cut a man off. Now Jeffries tries the three. Rebound to Tonje. 2-point ball game. 11:18 to go in the half. Tonje driving. Tonje muscles his way to the basket, is fouled, and the basket counts to tie the game.
Tonje has his mind right in this game. He is on the attack. It doesn't matter how physical the defense is. He's going to continue to attack the rim. Pound it. That's good D. That's better. Oh, and one.
And it just settles. Tim Neverett, glad you're with us. Tied at 12, the border war game, Colorado State and Wyoming. Last season, remember the schedules were adjusted due to the COVID protocols, so they played 2 games back-to-back in the same towns, and they played it in Laramie. Colorado State came up here 66 miles from Fort Collins and won both.
Coach Medved said it's just so hard to win here. He was surprised his guys were able to sweep Wyoming on their home floor. But I talked to him before this game. He said rebounding is going to be the major key in this game. We've got to keep Wyoming off the glass. And then he said something interesting. He said we've got to keep our eye on Jeffries. He's one of the best shooters in the country. We can't let him get loose. When he gets loose, Wyoming's impossible to beat.
2 of 6 from the field for the Cowboys, 3 of 7 for the Rams, but each team with 2 3-pointers. Hunter Thompson is in for Wyoming, and there's Maldonado with the miss. Stevens running the floor. Stevens gets some help. Tonje with the left hand. He pulls up, and he gets the roll. Boy, is the rim the friend of John Tonje so far tonight.
He's just putting so much pressure on that defense, getting into the paint, following away, just out toughing that Wyoming defense at the rim. 7
points for Tonje off the bench.
Look at the defense on Jeffries. I mean, they are not going to leave him.
Dussel blocked. James Moores with the stuff. Stevens pull up from 15. And a rebound yanked down by Jeremiah Oden.
Stevens shoots 50% from the floor in that pick and roll action. And that's a wide open shot that he's going to knock down. Wyoming's going to have to fight over the top of that, or he's going to come back down every time and set that up.
Jeffries gets it to Maldonado. Thompson whips it around to Dussel. Dussel long three, got it! Sophomore from Scottsdale, Xavier Dussel.
Had the hamstring problems, but shoots 37% from beyond the arc, and that was deep and pure.
15 all with 9:33 left in the first half.
Tonje, talk about soft rim. You're not supposed to get that roll on the road. And then just a little jab, Dussel. Hamstring feeling pretty good.
Wyoming with the basketball as Maldonado will bring it in. Rivera guarding him.
Double Jeffries.
And Jeffries, he knocks down a three, and that gives Wyoming a 3-point edge.
We talk about one of the keys to the game, keeping the balls out of his hand. They doubled him the last possession. That time he got free. You give him an inch, he's going to stick it right in your eye.
There's a whistle off the ball, and a foul is going to be called away from the basketball.
You want to talk about a pure shooter. This is one of the best ones in the country. Fading away. Look at the reaction. This is my house.
Well, these are 2 of the top offensive teams in the Mountain West Conference. Wyoming third. They're averaging almost 77 points a game. Colorado State first, over 78 points a game. Lake, that's bumped by Dussel before the shot. That'll be the second foul on him. Fourth team foul for Wyoming, each team with 4 of those. So Dussel will get a seat. And Brendan Wenzel coming in to replace him. Kendall Moore, right out of Danville, Illinois. Roddy. And now Lake driving. Short on a finger roll. He got to the basket, just couldn't get the ball over the rim.
Well, the student section's going to let him have it. You don't see too many air ball layups like that very often. Must have slipped out of his hand.
Well, the students are very revved up here in Laramie tonight. The student section very close to the visitors' bench, and since they reconfigured this arena, you see that opening where the ramp is over there behind the Colorado State bench. The basket used to be right in front of that, but they've reconfigured this arena, and now the students have great access. Great play by Maldonado.
And we're going to say it all night. There's just nobody better around the rim from the point guard position in the country than Maldonado. He's unstoppable, and Colorado State just choosing not to get hurt deep. And there's another great cut by Tanjay. My goodness, he can play.
9 points for John Tanjay. Yeah, he just lost his defender.
Talk about cutting with integrity.
Maldonado will try to back his way in. Jeff Linder said they call him Barkley because of the way that he plays point guard. Just gets there, turns his back, muscles his way to the basket. Rivera! Isaiah Rivera for 2. And it's now a 1-point game.
Colorado State doing everything they can to push the pace, push the fast break, not let Wyoming get set up defensively. But right now, Wyoming, the Red Sea, too many layups.
Maldonado trying to get close to the basket. Point guard playing
no double.
His first year at that position, and it's just a little hook shot. Good. Linder told us also that this is the first year that Maldonado has played point guard. He thought about it last year a little bit and said, you know, it just makes a lot of sense, and they'll work their offense around it. Little step back jumper, and Isaiah Rivera for 2 more.
Rivera and Tanjay stepping up. Stevens and Roddy can't carry the load every single night. You've got to have your teammates deliver, and they are locked and loaded.
Lob inside for Ike. Ike with a left hand. First bucket of the ball game for Ike. Colorado State's been doing a good job keeping him away from the hoop.
He's the Kofi Coburn of the Mountain West. Just such a huge guy, so athletic, great hands, and he works so hard. You can't keep him down.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Tanjay, pull up. Got it! Well, John Tanjay. He has been lightning off the bench for Colorado State. First player for the Rams in double figures, now with 11.
How good is Mountain West basketball this season? So many great teams, so many elite players, so many teams that can go to the NCAA tournament. You can just feel how much this game here means to both these groups.
Another takeaway by the Rams. Chance to take the lead here. Rivera making his way to the basket. In and out, but he's fouled by Ike. 5:38 remaining, first half.
Cut with integrity, get both hands up, and they're going to get some easy buckets. And Ike and Roddy, the Richter scale just registered.
One-point lead for the Wyoming Cowboys, leading the Colorado State Rams. 5:38 to go in the first half. Take a look at the standings, and it's close at the top. A little bit of a logjam in that 2 spot. That'll be decided, at least for now, tonight.
Well, this game's coming down to the wire. It's probably going to come down to a buzzer beater. That's how good both these teams are.
Well, you talk about buzzer beaters. I know Colorado State's assistant coach, Ali Faroukmanesh, he knows all about it.
You remember Christian Leitner's shot. We mentioned Tyus Edney and Danny Ainge. Bryce Drew with the March Madness hit. But Farouk Manesh is a legend in college basketball. Took down mighty Kansas with one of the most unbelievable and gutsy shots in the history of the tournament. A rising star in the coaching profession. It was great to talk to him early. An Iowa kid. I've known him for many years, but no one ever will forget that shot.
Well, he knocked off Kansas. And for Mountain West fans, they may remember the team that he knocked off right before that in the first round was UNLV.
That's right.
And Rivera ties the game.
Well, there are a lot of weapons in this game. And as this game gets tight down the stretch, there are going to be a lot of kids who can step up and hit big threes.
For the lead. 25-24 Rams. Rivera will check out. Coming back in is Chandler Jacobs.
So it's interesting. Colorado State trying to push the pace, speed up the game. Throws a little pressure at Wyoming to speed them up.
Enzo speeds it across half court. Now out of the baseline, backing in, trying to take advantage of the size difference between he and Kendall Moore. And he'll kick it back out to Maldonado. Wyoming content to play in the half court. They do a good job of it. Lob inside. Ike battling with Roddy. He's got the left-hand lay-in.
The two defenders surrounding Ike, and it did not matter. Look at how he uses his body, fades away. Such soft touch for a guy that strong.
Backdoor cottage. Stevens there. Great setup by Deshaun Thomas. Ike bounce pass, trying to find his man Odin. Odin played by Roddy.
You remember the first one, and that was the second one. Built something on that.
There's a hook shot, good. Maldonado with another.
So Colorado State choosing to double Ike on the post, but still not doubling Maldonado. The reason is there's so many shooters around him, they don't want to be punished, but every time he gets it down there, Tim, it's an automatic bucket.
And Maldonado with 12 points now. Wide open look for Chandler Jacobs, and Ike just grabs that rebound out of midair. Wyoming still out rebounding Colorado State, 14-8. Lob inside for Ike. One-on-one with Deshaun Thomas, and Thomas whistled for the foul.
Ike all of a sudden putting his fingerprints on this game, and that's pretty good defense, but the big fella will not be denied. Maybe and one. They missed that one.
Coming up with the half, Rob Stone previews Tuesday's action in the Big East, plus a Creighton new look feature. We'll also have highlights and stats, and I was going to have a hot dog, but I don't think so now. Well, look at that. That is Graham Ike. Does he have an extra set of knuckles, Jess? He's got the biggest hands we've seen in college basketball.
I guess they're bigger than Kawhi Leonard's and maybe even Dr. J's. I have a big hand. Those are 2 inches longer than my fingers. He just swallows up the basketball.
Yeah, but how about this? Like, put it up to mine.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, that's. Hey, look, you picked the right profession, buddy.
Right. Thank you.
Ike, what a great kid! It was so fun to talk to him. Our producer Mark loves stuff like that to show our viewers just how big and physical these kids are. I mean, these are some special athletes out here. He's going to have to continue to play well. They're going to feed him right now.
They're trying to get it to him, but Maldonado still backing in. Well, hook shot again, baby hook, no good. Rebound taken away by James Moores. Yeah, Ike wanted me to make sure that I said hello to his mother for him, who's watching, and also hi to the Overland Trailblazers. That's why he stuck around practice shoot around later today. He wanted to get that on the air.
That's exactly right.
Here's Stevens. Jacobs for three. Got it.
Well, that's all Stevens. He can read a defense as well as any point guard in the country. Wanted to get aggressive with the basketball, but saw his teammate on the wing and just fired it to him.
Graham Ike Backing in, now he's quickly double. Gives it up, Maldonado. This is Drake Jeffries. Jacobs comes down with it for Colorado State.
That's a great offensive set for Wyoming, though. You kick it out against the double, you move it around to your best shooter. They're going to keep coming with that.
Roddy pulls up. He's got another three. And the Rams now with a 5-point lead, their largest.
They're just giving Roddy too much room on the perimeter. That's what he does.
Roddy with 6 points in the game, both on 3-point shots.
Might have had a little scuffle down there.
Second foul on Graham Ike.
You look at Stevens coming off of the handoff. Now all of a sudden, you get the switch, and now it happens. That's what he does. You have to concentrate so hard on Stevens. He knows that. He feels the defense. I'll tell you what, if you're a shooter, wouldn't you love to play with Stevens?
He's going to make you better.
Sure does.
Trying to make Kendall Moore a little better as Moore goes to the basket and scores. And Colorado State now 35-28 leaders.
Well, they need to get more out of Moore. He's been struggling a little bit. 5 of the 27 from 3 in conference play. This is a guy 2 years ago who led the league in 3-point shooting. Nice to see him get a little rhythm and get to the basket.
Stevens guarding Maldonado. Maldonado trying to force his way to the bucket, creates space and scores. And backcourt. Watching where the half-court stripe was here.
Look at Kendall Moore. Not shooting it the way you want to shoot it. Try to find a seam in the defense. And he's got that smile going. He's a great competitor. If he can get his game back to where it was, it makes Colorado State so much more dangerous. And just ask Creighton what they can do when they're playing their best. They can beat any team in the country.
Minute 35 left in the half. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tanjay guarding Maldonado. Again creates space and scores. Hunter Maldonado is just lighting it up. He finds his own space. He's now the leading scorer in the game with 16.
Well, I think maybe you throw a possession of zone.
So Moore will pick up the foul.
There's still no double coming. It doesn't matter if it's a guard, a forward, a center. So crafty in that one-on-one move on the post. And if you're Colorado State, do you throw one possession at zone to keep him out of there? Do you double one time just to change it up? They're continuing to go with the analytics. They want to protect the three-point line. Just an interesting chess match between the two coaches and teams on the post.
Well, Colorado State does have a zone defense in their toolbox, but they don't use it that often. A whistle and a foul. And a foul looks like it'll be on John Tanjay. His first. Now the 8th team foul, so Wyoming in the bonus.
Yeah, what do you do here? I mean, you're Tanjay. That's good defense. You're moving your feet. You get up in there and, you know, I come off the top and saying he's the best post-point player in the country. And I'm sure some viewers are like, yeah, you're exaggerating, but I think he's proven it in this first half. There's no point guard in America that can put a guy on the post, playing good defense, and just continue to attack him over and over again. Maldonado, boy, he might be an All-American as well.
Border War game, 35-33 Colorado State with Jess Settles, Tim Never. Just 1:03 to go until the end of the first half. And it's been a battle. Just before the short break, Hunter Maldonado earned the bonus with the one-on-one. And he's got both free throws, cutting it to 1. 18 points for Maldonado. All the rest of the Cowboys combined, 16. He's outscoring all of his teammates. There's Jacobs. In and out on the 3. Moore's big rebound. Tanjay with it. And an offensive foul whistled on John Tanjay. Second foul on Tanjay.
Well, you give up the offensive rebound and you got to find a way to get it back. Tanje's been getting to the rim, and oh, I don't know about that one. Looked like he fell down before contact.
1 point game. We're back to Laramie in 30 seconds. Colorado State led by as many as 7 this half. Wyoming's cut it down to 1. They've each had 8-0 runs in this half. And as we expected, it has been a knockdown, drag-out fight so far.
Yeah, we're expecting it to come down to the wire, probably a buzzer beater, whoever has the ball last. But Colorado State on the road, hanging tough. There's that zone we were asking for.
There it is. They pulled it out of the toolbox at Colorado State. Almost right on cue, Jeff Settles. Maldonado with 5 to shoot. He's going to kick it outside. And there's Hunter Thompson with the miss. Rebound and thrown out of bounds. This will be Colorado State basketball with 14 and 3/10 seconds to go.
I just think it's a brilliant call by Nico Medved. Come out, slap a zone on them, keep Maldonado out of the paint. That's a win for Colorado State. That's coaching.
Colorado State a chance to take the lead into the locker room. They'll play for the foul shot.
Stevens is so spectacular at these high ball screens.
Jacobs short on the 3, and the Rams will have a 1-point lead at the half. Back and forth. It's been a good one as Colorado State and Wyoming in the renewal of their border war. Just 1 point separate them at the half. The Arena Auditorium in Laramie, Wyoming. At the half, Colorado State with a 35-34 lead in a game that we expected to be a good one, and it certainly has been so far. It has not disappointed with Jess Settles. I'm Tim Neverett. You know, one of the only differences when you look at these two teams and the way they played in the first half, Colorado State's bench made a bigger impact.
Tanje and Rivera, 17 points combined between those two. They came in and fought really hard when Stevens and Roddy weren't playing really up to their own expectations. But we expect this one to come down to the wire. Both teams playing well.
Well, Ike's been doubled, only 2 points for him, but they can't double Maldonado. He's got 18.
They're just unstoppable on the post. This is what he does. It doesn't matter who guards him. It doesn't matter who's at the rim. He just continues to attack. He has all the spin moves, the pump fakes, either hand, either direction. If you haven't seen him play, boy, we told you up front how good he was, and he's delivered.
Again, the bench points 17-3 in favor of Colorado State. Points in the paint fairly even, turnovers fairly even, field goals almost fairly even. Both teams at 52%.
Both teams can score, both teams can defend. This is a big halftime strategy. The adjustments, we saw Colorado State throw a little zone at Wyoming. It's going to be who can come out and shoot the three-point shot better.
They're counting it down to the second half. Wyoming, Colorado State from the Mountain West on the last night in January. There was a buzz around town all day about this event here tonight inside the Arena Auditorium. And fans on their feet. Student section has been wild tonight. And the home team, Wyoming, trailing by just 1 point. The last 6 times these two teams have played in Wyoming, the games have been decided in single digits.
You can see why. I mean, this thing's coming down to the wire. Excellent teams this year. Both teams loaded with scores. Buckle up, partner. We got another one.
Yeah, just gave the seatbelt an extra tug just in case. But here we go. David Roddy right in front of us getting set to put the ball in play. Randy McCall will hand it to him. And underway. Second half. Winner of this one takes over sole possession of second place behind Boise State. He's off to a remarkable start. Continues their great run. Foul underneath. Looked like Ike got a piece of Roddy. The second foul on Ike.
Thomas with another pretty clean look, but watch these teams go up. Look at the snatch with one hand. What a great rebound.
Check the foul. Maldonado guilty of the infraction. That's his second. 15 seconds on the timer once they trigger the inbound here. Stevens to Roddy. Roddy guarded by Maldonado. Skip pass, Jacobs. Gives it back to Roddy. 3 seconds to shoot. Moore dumps it underneath. That's out of bounds off of Colorado State. It hit Deshaun Thomas. And the ball back to Wyoming.
Well, Jacobs just a little hesitant. The play was to him on the backside to shoot the three, and both Stevens and Roddy walking back down the court right there said, you've got to shoot it. That's what we're throwing it to you for.
That's what folks around Colorado State saying, that they wanted to be more aggressive. Up and under, Jeremiah Oden. And Oden with 8 points. But they want Jacobs to be less selfish, if you will, or more selfish, I guess, and shoot the ball, because he is an unselfish player that likes to dish it off. He'll make that extra pass.
Well, Oden gets the ball in the paint. He's just going to challenge Roddy, and that's hard to do, but what a crafty move up the glass.
Chance to extend the lead for the Cowboys. And if you tuned in late, Wyoming wearing their state pride uniforms tonight, not their normal color scheme. And a steal by Colorado State. Isaiah Stevens to the basket. He scores.
The dynamic duo of Stevens and Moore. No one more fun to watch in the open court, and Stevens is just fantastic. It's a privilege to watch him play. He does everything right.
Wild shot, loose ball. Maldonado tried to save it. Stevens intercepts. Stevens spinning to the basket. Left hand, good.
Well, Wyoming standing around after that play. They forgot to sprint back, and all of a sudden 2 easy baskets on runouts for Stevens and company. I thought Maldonado got fouled at the rim on the last play, but there's no whistle, so you can't watch.
Lob inside for Ike, but a foul is whistled. It'll be called on Deshaun Thomas.
You got to take defense and turn it into offense. Don't let the defense get back. Look at Stevens. Use his shoulder, create a little space, and go off the glass. And here it is again. Everybody standing around for Wyoming. It's great D coming out. Love the footwork.
Jeffries thought he cut him off on the right side, but there was a whole left side open.
Well, he's going to play basketball for a lot of years. He is so good. He makes every team he's on better.
Roddy will shake and bake. Missed everything. Ike the rebound.
Well, I like the idea early by Roddy to try to score quickly, but once that D was set, he's got to kick that out.
Lob inside, Ike, and Moores was able to swat it away. Again, good defense for Colorado State. Stevens on the cut, lost his footing, manages to get the ball away. Now here's Kendall Moore, and the ball back to Wyoming. 3-point lead, Colorado State. 3 minutes gone, second half.
Yeah, Moore's shot just doesn't look the way it used to. Just not releasing it with confidence.
In and out, and Jacobs on the run out now for the Rams. Quickly to Roddy, who puts it down. Hammer time for David Roddy.
Well, this is one of the biggest halves of Chandler Jacobs' career defensively. He's got to find a way to keep Maldonado off the rim in this second half, and so far he's done a good job of being physical with him.
Singling Ike right now. Maldonado trying to back down Stevens. Roddy reaching
a double there, don't you, Tim?
You think so?
Yeah.
But Stevens guilty of the foul.
What?
And for Isaiah Stevens, that'll be his second personal.
Oh, look at Roddy coming right at you. That's Barkley. I don't know how that rim stayed up there. I thought I saw a few screws come loose, but he punches it, and that's just what he does.
Maldonado, 18 points. 19. Checking back in, John Tonje. He was a spark off the bench. Tonje double figures in the first half, scoring.
Maldonado and Ike put so much pressure on a defense. Over 260 free throws attempted between the two of them. And even on those nights when they're not shooting it well as a team, those guys just keep pounding at the defense and live at the free throw line.
Roddy on the cutter. Tonje rolled and go for him that time. And Graham Ike with a rebound. Well, you look at Maldonado with a basketball. He's the only player in the country who's averaging at least 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. Dish to Ike. He is fouled and sent down to the floor. David Roddy lighting things up right here.
Yeah, he shoots to 3 and he tears down rims. Some thunder.
Three-point game in Laramie here on FS1. 15:56 to go. And how about this matchup? You know, David Roddy and Hunter Maldonado, two of the best in the Mountain West, both in the top 5 in scoring. 8 points for Roddy, 20 points for Maldonado. It's his 18th career 20-point effort and his 9th this season.
He's just one of the best players in the country. Both of those guys are. You got to be impressed with Roddy's patience in this game. He's had some open looks from 3, but he hasn't forced a lot. And 20 big points for Maldonado. And he's just so good down on the block, posting guys up. He's unstoppable.
Graham Ike at the line to shoot. Ike, a 70% free throw shooter. Couldn't get that one to fall. And his 19.9 points per game coming into this one. Second in the Mountain West, and that's 25th in the nation in scoring average.
Yeah, that's a big story in this game. He's got to score more. Colorado State coming out in this second half, getting established defensively, keeping him out of the paint, but he's got a 7'5" wingspan. Very difficult when he gets deep. He can almost put it over any defender and into the rim.
Roddy guarded by Ike. Roddy spins, fadeaway, good. 10 points for Roddy. And a 4-point Ram lead.
It's just a crab dribble into that Kevin Durant fadeaway that all these guys are working on these days. And, boy, that looked like a low percentage shot, but for him, it's easy. And here's defense again going into the offensive end.
And Moores with the steal. Tonje gives it to Moore underneath the Moores, and good defense on the other side for Wyoming.
I mean, that was a high percentage look, and you know you've got an easy one. And then Ike says, not in my house.
Xavier Dussel back in the game. He picked up a couple of quick fouls in the first half, so we would expect to see him in there more often in half number 2. Finds Ike at the block.
Got to keep working him.
And off the glass, no good. Tonje comes up with the board, but Ike behind him made contact and picks up the foul. Third foul on Ike.
Defense turns into offense. Look at this. This is just, I'm better than you. Two great players going at it. Forget about the wingspan. I'll shoot over it, and then I'll get it back, says Ike. These guys are battling. A beautiful couple plays there.
Maldonado reaching it, knocked it out of bounds, but kept it out of the hands of Roddy momentarily. David Roddy, preseason All-Mountain West. He is on the midseason John Wooden Award watch list. Still on that list this week.
Both Roddy and Ike are such good passers out of the post. They have shooters all around them, and they'll find you.
Stevens, the step back. He's got 2. Isaiah Stevens getting closer to double figures. He's now got 11 as he crosses that threshold.
It's incredible how he reads those ball screens. Looks the defender off. You've got to help on the roll, and he steps back and hits a nice jumper.
Ike down the lane. Left hand with a touch. It cuts into the largest lead for the Rams at 7 now. 45-41, a 4-point. And Moores to the bucket. He's got 2. James Moores from Auckland, New Zealand.
Well, you're just watching a master Stevens with the ball screen action. Keeps the defender on his backside, waits for the defense to collapse, hits the cutter. They can't stop that action right now. Really, nobody can this year against Stevens.
Long shot is good. Drake Jeffries for 3. Jeffries' 3rd leading scorer on the Pokes. He's got 6 in the game tonight. Moores way off the mark on that 3-ball attempt. You know, the international competition that Moores has had, he's been a member of the New Zealand under-19 national team. It's just so valuable at international experience.
No doubt about it. Playing against a lot of older guys, but Stevens again hits Moores. Moores is wide open. Right now, Colorado getting anything they want at the offensive end.
An errant pass by Maldonado, intercepted by Kendall Moore. Roddy for 3. He's got another. That's his 3rd one of the game. And Wyoming wants a timeout. 6-point lead. Colorado State, 12:42 to go in half number 2. David Roddy with 13 points. He is 3 for 4 from behind the arc.
Well, I knew he could play every position, but I didn't know he could play point guard. My goodness, Roddy.
50-44, 6-point lead for the visiting Colorado State Rams, who are getting some things going offensively.
Well, this is what you call tight zoom action, a pin down into the handoff, give it to the best point guard I've watched in person this year. So versatile. Stevens just lighting it up, but it's his decision making, the split-second decisions, how he reads a defense. He knows what the defense is going to do before the defense knows what it's going to do.
Wyoming will put it in play. Jeremiah Oden gives it to Ike. And now Maldonado back with it.
Turnovers becoming a problem for Wyoming. 10 turnovers in this game. They only average 10 per game. So they got to be more efficient with the basketball, get shots up on the rim so at least they can rebound or get fouled.
Ike thinking about it. He's doubled. Overshot that one, and inside position by Tanjay created the possession for Colorado State. Lob to the corner. Rivera back in. Rivera had a very good first half, picking up 6 points off the bench. Moore's backdoor cut to Lake, and he couldn't get it there. Ike was in his way.
Little Princeton backdoor cut. The 3rd or 4th time Colorado State's been able to sneak that in and get to the rim. They just didn't finish that time.
Ike, 499 points with Wyoming. He's now gone over 500.
Just such a confident post player. Leaves the pass behind him, moves on to the next play, and he's fun to watch.
He got 500 points in just 31 games.
That's pretty good.
Okay, that's pretty good. Traveling violation. Ball back to the Cowboys. So points 500 and 501 for Graham Ike. The big postman for Wyoming, delivering 2. Now you can really feel the energy inside the building here tonight. Electric. A close game in this border war battle. Colorado State and Wyoming, they've been playing these games since 1911. And this generation of Pokes fans, they're ready for it tonight. Graham Ike, he's been the man in the middle. 9 points for him tonight. That has put him over the 500-point mark for his career. And again, as we mentioned before the break, just 31 games to get to over 500 points.
Well, EK really had to surge that last 5 minutes to keep his team in it, but no one touches the ball, and no team goes through their center more than Wyoming with EK, and they're going right back to him again.
Spinning toward the basket, he's fouled, and he makes the bucket. And he'll go to the line for a possible three-point play.
Yeah, just come out of the timeout and say, we're going to give it to you. Don't pass it. Attack the entire defense and go up strong. Just look at the moves, the wingspan, the footwork, the fader, the three-point play.
1-point game. Fouls on James Moores. That's his third. Now tough to hear for Colorado State down in their end of the floor. It's gone up a few decibels here in Laramie.
All the momentum back to Wyoming. What a rebound by Jeffries.
And a one-on-one matchup. Moores has his work cut out for him. Skip pass, and on the line was Xavier Dussel. Turns it over.
You know, a tough pass to catch, but I have seen that more this year than any other year. Guys stepping out of bounds along the sideline. It's just amazing. I bet I've seen that 25 times this year, and those are the type of plays that'll get you beat in a tight game. You got to stay in there.
What causes that? Why do you think you're seeing it more?
Yeah, I see it a lot on the three-point shot where they're over in the corner and they catch it and they put that foot back and they put their heel on the line. I'm not sure why. It's a big problem this year in college basketball.
11 turnovers for Wyoming. And a foul called inside, and that will be on Xavier Dussel. His third. It'll be Stevens on the inbound for Colorado State. David Roddy with it, one-on-one with Maldonado. Trying to back him down. And a fadeaway, not enough on it.
Not the time of game where you want the fadeaway, right? You've got to at least get to the free throw line, and Stevens with the fader of the possession before. Now Roddy, you got to be on the attack more, and here he goes posting up.
Maldonado against Tanjay. Maldonado had it blocked by Tanjay. John Tanjay, stellar defense. He'll try a three. And it bounced up and hit the shot clock. So that's out of bounds, and the ball back to Wyoming.
Tanjay, what a tremendous effort defensively. This guy is so hard to guard. Feel like he got by you and gets a fingernail on it. Great rebound and finish. Those are the gutsy, tough plays that kid makes, and those are winning plays.
No quitting Tanjay. He had to make up some ground once he thought he was beaten to that one side.
Right.
Maldonado again with Tanjay on him. Maldonado fouled by Tanjay before the shot. Third foul on John Tanjay.
Maldonado and EK, they have short-term memories, don't they? They come down, you block their shot, they miss it, they'll come right back at you. They don't care.
15 foul for Colorado State. And on the inbound, knocked away, loose. Here's Lake with it. Lake to the basket. And that's knocked away near the top of the rim. Colorado State wanted goaltending, no whistle. Spot up three, Jeffries got it! Oh, what a big three for Drake Jeffries. Wyoming in the lead. Inside, Roddy for two. First basket since the 12:43 mark for CSU.
What an incredible run of basketball there. Could have been a goaltending, wasn't called. Three-point shot at the other end, and then Roddy, another tremendous back cut. These Colorado State kids train, and they know how to cut, and Another and one. What a game.
22 points for Hunter Maldonado, and he'll have a chance to add on. This will be the third foul on Roddy. Hunter Maldonado, named Mountain West Player of the Week twice this year. Recently on the 24th of January. And he knocks it down, 23 for him. 3-point lead for the Pokes. They are on their feet in Laramie. Tanjay to the basket of the two-handed flush. 1-point lead.
You talk about a team that knows how to cut to the basket with integrity. They train at this. That's 5 or 6 times. And Roddy, a guy that big and strong, what a brilliant passer he is, on top of all the other things he does well.
Maldonado to the basket. Shot redirected, but he was fouled on the way up.
You can't stand around when Roddy has the ball because he'll find. Look at the cut. You turn your head into two-fister for the Rams. This team is so spectacular to watch at the offensive end. They can shoot it, they make their free throws, they don't turn it over, and they are extremely unselfish.
Jalen Lake had committed the foul for the Rams, his first. Here comes Graham Ike back in the game, taking a seat, Jeremiah Odom.
It's interesting with Coach Linder, one of the best point guard coaches in the country. The last couple of years, his point guards have been top in the country in percentage of pick and roll actions on those possessions. But then you get Maldonado, who comes in here, not a great shooter, so he totally rebuilds a team around posting him up. He's a master with the point guard. If you're a good point guard out there in high school or in the transfer portal, you better look at Wyoming.
Roddy doubled and a steal by Maldonado. Snuck in and picked his pocket.
And look at the tempo, right? The crowd wants him to run. They're going to stick with the game plan, walk it up and grind Colorado State down. Interesting.
Isaiah Rivera, the rebound for Colorado State. Now Stevens with it. Stevens fouled before the shot. 56-54 as the Cowboys of Wyoming got a big three-pointer from Drake Jeffries a short time ago. Two-point lead for Wyoming over Colorado State. 7:34 to go in the second half. They are excited here in the Front Range. Well, Graham Ike, you might look at the stat and say, what is this? It is very, very important. Number 1 in NCAA basketball in possessions used.
Yeah, we weren't exaggerating off the top when we said no one's going to touch the ball in the half court more than Ike, and look for him to touch it down the stretch a ton of times. The other thing he's so impressive at is fouling guys out. He picks up so many fouls against defenders. We'll keep our eye on that category, but he's sure surged in the second half, and that's what great players do.
Yeah, right now Roddy guarding him defensively, and Roddy has 3. Roddy's got the basketball for Colorado State to Rivera. Stevens on the cut. Stevens getting toward the basket, hangs and scores. Ties the game.
Well, I can't believe what we just saw there. We saw some old school flex action. We saw a baseline screen, flex cut, pop up top, take the team one-on-one, and Stevens is the master at that.
Maldonado the lob, and Roddy picks it off. Roddy, offensive foul. Wyoming basketball, and that's the 4th foul on Roddy.
Coming off the down screen on the flex cut. I don't know how he gets in there. He is so strong, and he's sliding. That's a defensive foul. Bad break on the road for Roddy, but not set. Boy, that's a big story. 4 fouls on Roddy, and I'd be upset too.
They lose that big body against Ike.
Boy, that's
a little
huge.
bit of time here.
Tied up, 6:48 to go. Roddy on the bench.
Inside Ike. And a foul on Ike. Offensive foul. And that is his 4th. So the two post players with 4 fouls apiece.
Neither one of them happy with the calls, and great job going right inside to Ike. Roddy on the bench. Oh boy, that one's tough as well. When you do lower that shoulder, it's tempting to call, but you hate to see the two All-American level post players sit down. I don't think they'll be there long, but this is the big story right now in the game. Let's see how the defenses respond.
3 ball on the way. Rebound, Jeffries. When you saw Tanjay take the charge, he was inside the restricted area arc, which several years ago was put down to assist the officials in the block charge call.
You know, it's interesting, Tim. He might have been the primary defender. If he was the primary defender, it would have mattered.
3 for Maldonado. He's got 27. Hunter Maldonado flirting with a career high. 31 he had against Air Force in his last game. He had a buzzer beater to win it. And now with 27 here, giving Wyoming the lead. Stevens trying to counter, tipped back out by Moores. Now Stevens with it again. Stevens down the lane, fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Maldonado obviously dominating on the post, but not known for his three-point shooting, but that one looks so good. And if he's hitting that three-point shot, setting the puppies, if he hits that, Wyoming's going to win the league.
Well, they're still in position to do it. So is Colorado State. In fact, one of the things that Nico Medved told me, Colorado State's head coach, is that everybody right now is in position to put themselves in position.
Right.
That's where we are in the calendar at the end of January.
There's so many great teams in the league, and UNLV can beat anybody. Nevada's loaded with talent. Seems like so many of these games come down to the wire. San Diego State's always in it. It's just a conference that grows on you, and it's so fun to watch. They're going to have a plethora of teams make a lot of noise in March.
Boise State's won a school record 14 straight. Yeah. Used overtime to beat Fresno State Friday. Fresno State pretty good too. Back outside Jeffries, he'll launch. Got it! Oh, what a three ball for Drake Jeffries. Oh, just cold-blooded. The 8th three-pointer for Wyoming as a team, and it came the hard way.
Well, you just can't help off of Jeffries. That's what the scouting report says. Look at Tanjay going down to dig. Big mistake. He knows he's in trouble. Comes out, one of the best-looking shots in all the land.
So they're in position to try to get into position. Well, let's look at the position. Boise State on top of the Mountain West right now. And who are the next two teams? Wyoming and Colorado State. 5-1 in conference. Wyoming, by the way, unbeaten on their home floor at 8-0. Colorado State's only loss at home Friday to UNLV. But both with 16 wins overall.
Now the question becomes coaching strategy. When do you put Roddy and Ike back in the game? Do you try to get one more minute out of them, or do you feel like if you're Nico Medved, you need to put him back?
Now, Wyoming sticking to the game plan as far as the three is concerned. They average 8.8 three-pointers a game. They're at 8 and still over 5 minutes to play. And not a bigger three for this team tonight so far than the one off the fingertips of Drake Jeffries.
And Nico Medved, what did he say? He talked about rebounding. We got to compete on the glass, but we can't let Jeffries get free. And they've done a good job on him defensively for the most part. But that three-point line is so deadly. And he just needs an inch, just a little daylight, and he'll rise up and hit it.
A big possession now for Colorado State. Down 4 with 5 minutes to go.
Well, Stevens has to touch it on this possession.
Moore's at the high post, looking for that backdoor cut. I mean, it looks like a bit of that Princeton offense.
Wow.
There's a pick and roll, and that's a bucket for James Moore's 2-point game.
You talk about a true pick and roll. That is rolling to the basket with the point guard who will find you every single time.
Maldonado slowing it down. Changes hands, goes to the basket, and scores over Moore's. 29 for Maldonado. Boy, what a run he's been on this week. Stevens, 3-ball. Tanje's fouled. Nope, not fouled. Play on.
Maldonado, you talk about an outstanding closeout. Stevens got the matchup that he wanted. You thought they were going to get a good look, but Maldonado doing it at both ends of the court.
Colorado State wanting a stoppage here. David Roddy waiting to check back in. 3:44 left. And 4 fouls, and there is the foul on John Tanje. Well, both sides trying to find a way to get the ball in the basket. Here's a pick and roll to get things started.
Great handoff, roll to the basket, kiss off the glass. We said this thing was coming down to the wire. It's because we have great players, great coaches, and an incredible league.
Thanks very much, Eric. Looking forward to that one. This one here coming down the stretch, 4-point lead for Wyoming, 3:42 left. And David Roddy back in the game with 4 fouls. And this guy has been the main man tonight. 29 points. Ike with 12, Jeffries with 12.
Wyoming in the bonus. Colorado State will be with 1 more foul. Both teams have 2 timeouts. So now it becomes clock management, trying to get to the free throw line. Can't turn the ball over, and both teams shoot a high percentage from the free throw line, especially down the stretch.
It ties a season high with 31 points. His career high 32 against Idaho State 2 seasons ago. So here we go. Rams with a basketball. 3.5 to go. Down 6. Rivera thought about it. Here's Moore. Moore lost the handle and turns it over to Wyoming. For Colorado State, their 16th turnover.
Just great defense. Move your feet, stay in front of the ball. Turnover's a problem for Colorado State. Both teams turning it over more than they're used to.
Maldonado lost the handle and gives it back. Now a 2-on-1. Stevens, he lays it up off the glass, no good. Rivera looking for some help. He's stuck in the paint. Manages to dribble out of it.
Well, neither team able to capitalize off of those careless turnovers.
Both Ike and Roddy with 4 fouls apiece. Roddy draws a little bit of contact, and the put back by Tanje, no good. Here's Roddy with a stick back. Big bucket for David Roddy. Lead is 4 for Wyoming.
Tanje and Roddy just wanted it more. Got up on the glass, were more physical, came up with the 50-50 rebound.
Ike kicks it out. Long 3 attempt by Dussel. Ike battling. Comes up with a rebound. But a whistle. And that'll be a foul on Isaiah Stevens.
Great defense by Ike, forcing another tough shot by Roddy, but they don't give up on it. Everybody battling. Roddy just comes flying out of the screen. It's a weight room move.
That's a great one. I like that. Weight room move.
Star football player in high school, could have gone and played any sport. Chose basketball. Came to Colorado State, turned himself into an All-American level player. No one plays harder.
UK snaps that free throw in. 5-point lead. Jeff Linder looking on, trying to find a way to get a victory over his friends from Fort Collins. Free throw's important, 6-point edge, and Coach Linder wants the crowd. He's got it. Roddy, three, got it. David Roddy with another three ball, his fourth of the game.
Well, they've given him too many looks from that there. You cannot give up the three-point shot on that possession if you're Wyoming. Stevens just does a great job of baiting the defense into the paint, fires it right back out to his teammate.
Jeffries tries it again. Rivera in the right place, but a foul on Maldonado after the rebound.
Roddy and Stevens been doing this together for a long time. Screen, rescreen. EK not comfortable that far away from the basket. 45% from downtown for Roddy, and you won't find a stronger guy in college basketball who can shoot deep like he can.
The foul was on Maldonado. It's his fourth, so another Wyoming Cowboy in foul trouble as Rivera knocks it down, earns the bonus. 2-point game. Still anybody's game here at the Arena Auditorium. I mean, the AA is rocking tonight.
Well, we guaranteed a buzzer beater, right? Everybody's going to have to stick around.
You guaranteed it. What's this we stuff? But if we get one, we did a good job.
That's right. That's right.
1-point game, and Wyoming with a basketball. Looking for a little bit of a cushion here.
Maldonado doesn't want to give this up. Wants to be physical. Try to draw a foul at least.
Roddy knocked it out of bounds. Roddy with 4. Let's take a look at the foul situation now as we get into the final minute and a half of the game. Roddy with 4. Stevens and Tanjay all in foul trouble for Colorado State. We mentioned EK and Maldonado 4 each. Dussel with a long Roddy the rebound, and he is fouled by Brendan Wenzel. Not the spot that Wyoming wanted to foul.
Yeah, just not a wise decision. You don't want to foul that far away from the basket in this situation. Coach is going to have a drink. But what a great out-of-bounds play he drew up to get a good look for the shooter.
Still 1-1. That'll be the 8th team foul for the Cowboys. 2 more, and the Rams will be in the double bonus. Wyoming already in the double bonus. The Rams with 10 team fouls. Missed a chance to tie the game, and Wyoming with a huge rebound from Wenzel. Now the Rams need to stop. They're isolating on the left side for Maldonado. Almost tripled. Roddy ripped it away from EK. Pass ahead, Moore. Moore lays it in, and the Colorado State Rams have taken a 1-point lead.
Well, just another tough decision by Wyoming. Can't float that into traffic. Great defensive play by Roddy, and he rips and runs. Moore, great kiss off the glass with the left hand, but these guys take defense and turn it into offense. Just a bad pass. Came on the line. We talked about keeping our eyes on turnovers. Both teams with some careless ones, but that one really hurts if you're a Wyoming fan.
Kendall Moore now with 4 points. Largest lead for Wyoming over Colorado State in the game was 6. Now the Rams here in the second half have overcome that. Again, we gave you the net rankings in the first half. We'll give them to you again. Just 1 point separates them, and that's the kind of game we've seen. It's the kind of game we expected tonight.
Just one of the best conferences in the country. So many great teams, a lot of pro prospects. This conference doesn't get enough love nationally like it should, but both of these teams could go into the second weekend of the NCAA tournament if they got hot. They have great shooters, outstanding coaching staffs, and tough physical players underneath.
Linder, who was the Big Sky Coach of the Year in 2018-19 with Northern Colorado, trying to find a way to overcome Colorado State. 1 timeout left for the Rams, 2 for the Cowboys. And there you see a double bonus for Wyoming and 18 fouls for the Cowboys. Still a way to go for the Rams to get into the double bonus. And the Rams on a 7-0 run in the last minute. Anybody's game, minute 9 to go. Maldonado guarded by Rivera. Wyoming will take a few ticks off the clock in this possession, you'd think.
Looks like they're going to throw a zone defense at them to keep them out of the paint. Keep Maldonado from posting up.
Shot clock is now under 10.
Got to find Jeffries.
Maldonado. Back outside Ducell. Here's Jeffries. Missed the 3. Rebound Jacobs. Now Colorado State can take a little bit of time, although Nico Medved saying, hurry up, get it across the line.
They're going to play this one out. Try to live to fight another day defensively, but that's a pretty good look by Jeffries there.
22 seconds on the game clock, 11 seconds now on the shot clock. They are going to wind it down. Stevens with 2 seconds to shoot is not going to get it off. That's a shot clock violation. So a turnover, and a costly one perhaps for Colorado State. Shot clock will be dead the rest of regulation.
Unbelievable. Just great defense by Wyoming. But Stevens never makes this mistake. I mean, that's just a critical mistake for him, the quarterback of this juggernaut offense, to lose track of the clock this late in the game. Whoa.
So right now, you're down a point. You're Jeff Linder. What are you talking about right now? You got the ball.
Well, you're reminding your guys you're in the bonus, so be physical. The best thing that could happen if they could get to the free throw line. We got 2 timeouts. You're telling your guys we have 2 timeouts. If we get in trouble, we can use that. There's the clock. Easy call. Stevens has to get that up, but the big question is going to be, will Colorado State stay in a zone defense, or will they man up and try to stop Maldonado? He's the one who's going to have the ball late. They're going to work off of him.
On the defensive side, have to do everything you can to get that ball back. So the chess game continues here late at the Arena Auditorium.
Well, if you're in man-to-man, if you're Colorado State, Nico Medved saying, hey, let's pick up a little bit. We're switching everything. Know where Jeffries is. Don't make a foolish foul.
And pressuring the full court, long pass Maldonado. 8 seconds to go. Ike gets it across half court, calls timeout. And that leaves the Cowboys with 7 6/10 seconds for a shot.
Well, this is what makes coaching so fun. You have an opportunity to run your best play. Maldonado with the basketball. Try to get it out of his hands.
David Roddy, a 20-point game for the Rams. Outstanding here, especially in the second half.
Well, we said that All-American guys never struggle 2 games in a row, and he came out and was the enforcer in this game. Hit big shots, played with physicality. That's the big rebound of the game. Ran high pick and roll action, shoots it at a very high level. The defense leads to a great outlet pass, and now obviously the biggest defensive possession of the game coming up.
If you're Wyoming, when do you shoot in case you miss to get a second chance?
You want to go fast enough so that you can get an opportunity to get an offensive rebound.
So now they've seen the lineup, and Colorado State wants the timeout. They know how Wyoming's going to line up the inbound, and they can guess what the inbound play is. So Colorado State out of timeouts. Reds up by 1. And Wyoming with the basketball. These two teams neck and neck right now near the top of the standings.
So much on the line right here, right?
You get, after this, you get into that all-important month of February, and for Wyoming, talk about this being a big game. Their next game here, Boise State, on February 3rd.
I deny Maldonado the ball here. I wouldn't let him catch it or get it back.
Well, the lob inside. Ike toward the basket. Roddy. Did he foul him? Roddy was near the basketball. And the foul will be on Moore. And Moore picks up his 3rd foul. So that keeps Roddy in the game.
Well, that was pretty good defense on the initial pass, but the pass was just brilliant. To float it over the defender's hand, get it to your big guy that close.
Tied up. Ike to shoot now for the lead.
Kennemore just went in and told his guys to play. Stevens is going to push the ball hard on make or miss. No timeouts for Colorado State.
Wyoming with a 1-point lead, and Colorado State will have 6 seconds to shoot. Wyoming calls a timeout, and all over the AA, they are on their feet. Wyoming fans haven't seen this in a while, but still 6 seconds to go. Colorado State in recent seasons has been on the winning side up here in Laramie.
Just a good job by Colorado State denying Maldonado the ball, but look at that pass. I mean, Roddy, an excellent athlete, but just put the right arc on it. That was a very difficult look to get it to the big guy, and he steps up. We said he was going to have to play big down the stretch, to go to the line and knock those in. Look for Wyoming to pick up a little bit, 3/4 court pressure. They're going to try to get Stevens on some sort of wheel route right here. Plenty of time to get all the way to the rim or make a pass on a kickout for a winner.
So, Roddy along the baseline. Ahead it goes, Tanjay. Back to Roddy. He is fouled with 1.7 seconds to go. Drake Jeffries will be whistled for the foul for Wyoming, and now Roddy a chance to tie it or put the Rams ahead.
We talked about how unselfish this team is. Tanjay could have launched a long 3-point shot. He saw Roddy running the center and gave it up. It looked like he lost the ball on the way up before contact, but it happened fast.
Roddy is 0 for 1 from the line tonight. Tie game.
Now, make or miss, if you're Wyoming, you've got to make sure you block out here on the miss. Live to fight another day. If he makes it, you've got to have some sort of wheel play up the sideline to try to get off the game winner with 1.7. But Coach Linder telling his guys, make sure you block out. And I'm telling you, if you're somebody from Wyoming right now, you want to go up and talk a little bit to Roddy and let him know what's at stake here.
Overtime in Laramie. David Roddy, 1 for 2, ties it, could not get the go-ahead point. Well, they're getting their money's worth tonight here in Wyoming. I'll tell you what, this is some basketball game.
Well, the good news is he hit the first one and sends it to overtime. The bad news is he left the second one short. And if Colorado State loses this game, that's going to be a tough pill for him to swallow. He's a warrior. A lot of pressure on him stepping up to the line. Got to put it behind him, try to get this overtime victory.
Well, Pistol Pete's pretty excited. He has been all night. These two teams have been standing toe-to-toe in a heavyweight fight in the Mountain West. So it turns into a 5-minute basketball game now.
Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted to see some more basketball by two of the best teams in the league and two of the better teams in the country.
Well, when we joined you a couple of hours ago, I told you about the all-time series, 36-98. Colorado State's won 8 of the last 11, 5 of the last 6, and they're 5-1 in their last 6 here in Laramie. And tonight, one of the stars for Wyoming, Hunter Maldonado, is the first Cowboy to score 30 points in back-to-back games since Josh Adams did it against Omaha, Marshall, and Houston during the 2015-2016 season. So Maldonado with a big night. He has tied his season high with 31. And chances are, with 5 minutes to go in this game, he'll get a new career high, which is 32.
He stuck around when things weren't going well, and Coach Linder met with him and said, we can build this thing around you. I need you to come back. And he did, and he's being rewarded. Turned into one of the better point guards in the country. He is so lethal on the post, and expect him to have a huge overtime here. He's been brilliant in this game.
Fouls could be a big factor in these next 5 minutes. Both Roddy and EK 5 each. Maldonado, 4 each rather. Maldonado has 4. Ball's up. Colorado State with the first possession of bonus basketball.
Bad toss by the official. Way too far to the left. A free possession for Colorado State. And for both teams, you want to attack right away and try to foul one of these bigs out of the game.
Roddy
right at him on the rip.
One-on-one against EK. Going to the basket, and he scores. Letting them play here to start the overtime.
That could have been it for either one of them. It could have been a charge or a block, but great, aggressive, high post call for Roddy, the Roddy rip.
Now, defense there, but hitting the floor hard is Brendan Wenzel. Wenzel went down hard. Chandler Jacobs was the one called for the foul. Manny McCall calling for the Colorado State substitution as Isaiah Rivera waiting to come in. First bucket of overtime belongs to David Roddy.
Yeah, they worked on this at practice today. This high post Roddy rip play, and just a lot of contact there. No whistle. EK wanting the shoulder to the throat area, but look for them to come back, and that's what good coaches do. Both of these guys trying to foul the other one out to totally change the storyline in this overtime early.
One other factor in the game, points in the paint. Right now, Colorado State leading Wyoming in that category, 38-30. We'll get some word on the foul. So they'll allow the substitution because the three-point shooter was injured. And coming in is Jeremiah Odom. So they'll take a look at Wenzel. He's out. The free throw shooter, not three-point shooter. Free throw shooter was injured. So taking them, Xavier Dussel.
Look at this jump ball. I mean, that's way left. EK had no opportunity to get that. They should have blown the whistle and re-jumped that basketball.
Tied again. 72 all. Well, Tanjay with a basketball for Colorado State. Now Roddy matched up with a high post. In motion here. Stevens steps through the defense.
Well, Stevens is so quick. Sees the paint opened up. He thought he was getting to the rim, and just at the last second, what a great recovery, all ball.
Roddy off the inbound. First minute of overtime done. And Moore, the long lay-in off the window. Great reach for Kendall Moore.
Moore and Stevens put so much pressure on the paint. What an explosive move from Moore. EK needs to touch it and force the official to foul Roddy out of this game.
Back outside, Jeffries. They kick it into the corner, and Oden couldn't connect on the three.
What an incredible closeout by Tanjay on Jeffries, one of the best three-point shooters in the country, and he did not leave his feet on the shot fake.
Tanjay driving to the basket with the left hand, and the roll goes in favor of Wyoming. Early in the game, Tanjay was getting the rolls on the other side of the court, but since then, nothing. Wide open look, Oden gives it up. Goes to the basket, takes the two.
Well, that time the closeout came a little too strong, and great decision by Oden to put it on the floor and attack the rim.
Nice screen by Roddy, springs Stevens, and there's a rebound by Oden. Oden, second on the team in rebounds, approaching 100 of them now. First in blocks with 16.
Got a good look for Stevens.
And that is foul number 5 on Graham Ike. He is fouled out of the game with 2:17 left in overtime. And it's the second time tonight he has been called for an offensive foul.
Those are so difficult to call. When you lower your shoulder, the official usually calls the offensive foul. On the other hand, you can't tell me he can push Roddy over. Nobody can push Roddy over.
16-point night. Ike has no choice now but to sit down and watch the rest of the way. All even at 74. Roddy.
Unbelievable.
Same thing other way. So Roddy fouls out on an offensive foul. So in back-to-back possessions, Ike and Roddy pick up their 5th and final fouls.
Crowd dribble, powers into him. The officials are going to tend to call those bull rushes where you lower your shoulder a little bit. Tough calls against Roddy, tough calls against Ike, but when you have 4 fouls, Tim, you got to be a little more disciplined in that situation. You can't risk it. With the game on the line, you got to go up over the defender, not through the defender.
2 minutes left. And nothing decided yet.
We're back to small ball. No bigs.
And Maldonado handling the basketball with 31 points. Maldonado in traffic gives Wyoming the lead. And a new career high for Maldonado at 33 points.
I'll tell you what, Colorado State getting tired of giving up career highs to guys. But no rim protectors. Everybody going to attack the rim.
Tajay ties it back up. And for those of you tuning in to see New Mexico and San Diego State, that game has begun on FS2 and will be joined here at the conclusion of this one. And this is a tremendous basketball game. A border war between Wyoming and Colorado State. Oh, what a night for Hunter Maldonado. Coming down to the 1 minute mark. Maldonado spins and scores! 35 for the senior from Colorado Springs. Stevens pulls up. No good. Rebound, Jeffries. How much time does Wyoming take off the clock with this possession?
Well, they're going to take out as much as possible. Maybe call a timeout, drop their best play.
78-76 on this play.
Well, the best point guard post player in all of America. No argument after tonight. Look at the move. Tajay Good-D just spins right by him. Old school Mark Jackson off the glass. Get the momentum going the other way. There's nothing you can do about it. This guy is making a case for the player of the year. So many stars in this league. You know what's coming. You can't do anything about it. I don't know how you guard it. I think you got to send the double.
He's very, very difficult to stop, and he's putting the rest of the conference on notice if he hasn't already.
That's well said.
Second turn in overtime this season for Wyoming. They beat Washington 77-70 earlier. And for Colorado State, this is their first venture into the extra frame. 35 points, new career high, 12 out of 19 from the field. And he's got the basketball.
They're just going to clear out the side for him.
Kicks it out, Jeffries for three. That's the dagger. "16 seconds to go. Stevens trying to answer. Moore with the rebound. Another three, Tajay. He's on the line out of bounds. Turns it over to Wyoming. Cowboys have the ball, just over 10 seconds to go. Oh, what a three for Jake Jeffries. He's had a couple of real big ones tonight. He's 5 for 9 from three. 15 points for the senior from Mattoon, Illinois.
Well, I called for the double, and that's why I'm sitting over here not coaching. Moore comes down. Jeffries is deep. They finally make the defense pay. Maldonado, of course, the play of the game for him is an assist.
Home run ball. Exclamation point for the Cowboys. Stevens for two quick ones. And with 2.9 seconds to go, they'll put Wyoming at the line. 83-78, 5-point lead. And the Cowboys looking to put a stranglehold on second place with the first place Boise State Broncos on deck.
Both these teams are just outstanding. Great coaching in this game. Physical play. The Stars rose to the occasion. But Maldonado, he is a handful. Makes everybody better. Jeffrey steps up and makes the monster three.
(84-78). Moore will launch as time expires. The three doesn't go. Wyoming takes down their neighbors from the south in the border war game. 84-78. You think it means anything to these folks up here? What a night for Maldonado. 35 points, a career night for Hunter Maldonado. Wyoming now 17-3. Colorado State drops to 16-3. Ike fouled out, but you can tell what his contribution is going to be to this team down the stretch in the point. I mean, in the low block.
Maldonado and Ike put so much pressure on a defense. Do you single them? Do you double them? They're both elite passers. Jeffries hanging out on the perimeter, putting so much pressure on the defense, and Maldonado just kept attacking the rim. Colorado State had a hard time guarding him, and then late when it mattered the most, he found his open teammate. He did the right thing.